So big warm welcome to everyone. It's so cool to see so many of you jumping on in. Some faces that I haven't seen for a very long time, some faces that I've already seen today, and some faces that I seen yesterday. Obviously, it just depends on when we've last connected and how we're connected. So I hope that you've all had absolutely beautiful holidays. Maybe maybe they're a little bit different this year. Maybe you had some time to yourself, maybe you had time with family. However your holidays were for you, I hope that they were the way that you wanted them to be. And please do, if you haven't already said hello, please jump into the chat box. I love seeing you in there. Obviously, I can see some faces as well. I can't see everybody, but I can see some faces, and it's just so cool to have you all here. And as you know, I'm just super passionate about really bringing this work to as many people as possible to support people to really create an incredible life. So I thought, I'm going to do this masterclass anyway. It was going to be just for those that are in my Conscious Creator Academy group. It's like, why not just open it up to everybody? Why not just have a way that I can support everyone to really establish a solid foundation for the year? So it's good to have you all here, and it always is just a privilege and a pleasure to be in all of your presence. And regardless if you're watching this, as a replay or you're here with me live, I always feel like we're all super connected together. So tell me something. Who is ready to create an extraordinary year that exceeds your expectations? Hey, Trudy, who's ready for that? Who's ready for that? Who's ready to create an extraordinary year? However that looks like for you, because let's face it, we all have different visions, different choices, different focuses, but who's choosing that? And I'm choosing that. I'm choosing that for me, and I'm choosing that for all of you as well. Yeah. But it's interesting, isn't it? Because this time of year is when so many people create New Year's resolutions. I want to tell you something. I think that resolutions are problem solving. They're solving problems. And many of you know that problem solving is not what creates the magic. That's not what elevates us to our fullest potential. Problem solving is about fixing something, isn't it? So many people rush into the new year with these big goals and big intentions without understanding the essential steps that really initiate powerful and sustainable focus and momentum. And that's what we want, isn't it? Is to have that North Star of what it is that we're choosing to create and really have that sustainable focus and momentum. We can easily come in with this big energy at the start of the year and who's done it? I know that I've done it. It's like, yes, this is the year. Last year wasn't quite the way that I wanted it, but this year it's going to be my best year yet. But it's connected to all the things that didn't work out. It's going to be my best year yet. Last year was okay, or last year was challenging, last year was shit. But this year, everything's going to change. This year, I'm going to do more. This year, I'm going to create more. This year, I'm actually really going to show up for myself and for my vision, and I'm going to be more visible. All of these beautiful good intentions to have better health, learn something new, show up fully on social media, write that book that you've been talking about, create that highly profitable business that's been sitting in your heart for so long, to be the fullest expression of yourself. Yet 1 month rolls into the next, and then all of a sudden the year has passed. You blink and it's past. And not much seems to have really changed. Who can relate to that, by the way? Who can relate to that? In our humanness, we all have that. We all have that. And, another of my, I would say, favorites, but it's not really, is this whole like new year, new me. It's a new year, it's a new me, but it isn't. Because it's always the same us. It's always the same us. It's just, we need to be mindful about the identity that we're showing up in, your behavior, your identity, your focus for 2025 has communicated to your unconscious that it was survivable. And so your unconscious will seek to stay the same as we embrace 2026. So my question to you is, do you want the same for 2026 for 2026 as you did in 2025? And I would hope that none of you say yes. Because I would hope for all of you that you're ready to build significant momentum, even if you had the most glorious, incredible, extraordinary year last year. Like, no, I want more. I love that. Because why wouldn't we? Why wouldn't we? And in the game of being a creator, it's all about building momentum, because that's what generates creativity. That's what generates our creation and our vision. And it's not limited. You're not limited. I'm not limited. None of us are limited. So we want to be harnessing our energy and directing our energy towards 2026 in a powerful way. Who would love that? Who would love to harness your energy and direct it towards 2026 in a really powerful way? Lots of me's coming through. I love that. Absolutely. Absolutely. And me too. Me too. So the 3 essential steps that initiate powerful and sustainable momentum, what are they? What are they? So we have the 3 phases to creation. We have Inception. That's the initial burst of energy. You get the idea, so at the start of the year, it's like, yeah, here's what it is that I want to create. Here's what it looks like. By the way, make sure that you really think about that as well. What is it that you want to create for this year? What's true for you? What's true for your heart? If you and I were having a conversation at the end of the year and you were celebrating, you're like, yes, I rocked it. I created it. What does that look like for you? And this is not what this call is about, but please do make note of that. Get clear on what you would love your year to be. By the end of the year, what are you celebrating? What are you celebrating? So the 3 phases of creation, Inception, that is the initial burst of energy. You get the idea. It's the build up to creating what it is that you want to create. And then we have Assimilation, the undertaking of the creation. It's the bringing it into life. And then you come to completion. And often this is missed. However, this is a significant step in the creation process. It's significant. And you might have heard of Robert Fritz. And Robert Fritz says that these 3 phases are equally as important. Equal. Right? And we'd probably like to think, well, it's the creation that's most important. But it's not. All 3 phases are most important. Because they are the builder of momentum and creative energy. In the game of being a creator, it's about building momentum, because that's what generates the creativity. Yeah? The completion phase is the momentum phase. Creating initiates momentum. Completion is key to developing that continued momentum. So without proper completion of your creations, your energy will be super scattered. The unconscious won't know what stage you are in your life. and in your desired manifestations with your choices, making it really, really difficult to follow your creative process. Your creative energy will never be fully focused on what's relevant and most important in the present moment. So when you think about it, sometimes we move from one creation to another, right? Has anyone ever done that? I have. I know I have. We move from one creation to another. We change direction. We desire something different. And if we're not clear on the completion, how does our consciousness actually know that it's complete? How does it know that it's complete? It will still be trying to put energy into the things that we don't desire anymore. And I always like using this example of a relationship. So someone has a bad relationship. They keep finding themselves in bad relationships. And then when they decide that they're finished with having relationships like that and they complete it, then they can move to relationships that really serve them. So completion is the harnessing of energy. We harness it, and then the direction of energy. So when you acknowledge your creation and the completion of it, and it might be that it's not fully complete, but you're completed with it, right? So 2025, we're completed with it. It's done. It's done. So we acknowledge that it's done. So when you acknowledge your creation and the completion of it, your unconscious receives a message that you are powerful. It's a reinforcement of your creative power. And you'll be able to bring the skills and the talents and, the learnings, the abilities that you've developed to your next creation more quickly and more energetically. So you're directing your energy. Who would love that for 2026? Who would love that for 2026? Nice. So completion is an opportunity to assess your creative process. You can evaluate what worked, what didn't, and how you might want to approach your next creation. You'll also be able to decide how true your end result is to you and whether or not you want to adjust, perhaps you want to adjust what it is that you want, for your future. So not doing a completion is one of the biggest reasons why most people don't create momentum as they step into a new year. They kind of like just rush in and it's like, my focus is my health because I ate too many candy canes, too much pudding at Christmas time. This didn't work out in 2025, so I need to fix that. Maybe they're not consciously thinking it, but I need to fix it. So I'm rushing into this year, not really thinking about what is my end result. Let me complete that so I have that energy and I can harness it into what it is that I desire. So today we're going to do a completion of 2025. Now, please know that you can do a completion on anything, and I would highly recommend that you do when you've completed projects, activities, any kind of creation at all, or it might be like a time frame like we're doing for now. It's like, yep, we're completing 2025 as we embrace and embark on this new and beautiful, extraordinary journey that we're choosing to create for 2026. Who's done the completion ceremony before, by the way? I'd love to know. I know that a lot of you that are already in my community have done it. Nice. And perhaps maybe if you have already done a completion for 2025, I would pick most if you haven't, but if you have, then just pick something else, like, stay on the call and use this time, because there's lots of things that we can look at in this. So grab pen and paper, something I probably should have suggested to you all, but I'm sure you did anyway, because if you're anything like me, you love when you come onto something, you love writing notes. So grab pen and paper Let me know when you're ready. And before we dive right in, really love it. Before we dive right in, I would love for you to go ahead and close your eyes. Close your eyes, bringing your focus and your awareness to this present moment. That's it.
Oh, I've postponed it because I feel
Let me
like shit.
just mute
Got to
everybody. Whoops. Whatever you postponed. All right, just coming back, closing your eyes, connecting in. Just one moment. All right. Bringing your focus and your awareness into your heart. And I invite you to imagine, just imagine for a moment that there's this beautiful golden circle. This golden circle that you are in the middle of. Just imagine it however you imagine it to be. There's no right or wrong of it. And as you're placed yourself in the middle of this golden circle, let's just define this golden circle as you in your greatness and in your genius. And as you define yourself in your greatness and genius, just tune in to what that's like for you when you're in your highest way of being. The you that is whole, that is complete. The you that knows that you're enough. The you that knows that you are perfect just the way you are. You are worthy. You deserve to create your fullest potential in life. To create all of your dreams and visions. The you that is focused, that is aligned, that is living truly from your heart. That is the fullest expression of self. Just go ahead and put a smile on your face and knowing that this is your truth. Rising to your highest way of being. And together, let's set an intention. Setting the intention to get the highest benefit of doing this completion ceremony together. Setting the intention as we go through these questions to get the main energy and details. Choosing to get the benefit out of each of these questions, allowing yourself to be open, to see what's there, connecting into the field. And having 2025 in mind, you can keep your eyes closed for a little bit if you like, but open them whenever you desire to. But having 2025 in mind, I invite you to ask yourself the question, what have I learned? What have I learned? What are all the things that you have learned for 2025? And go ahead and write them down. Write them down. We're going to be ensuring that we really unpack this all. Write it down. You can type it in the chat box as well, but I highly encourage for you to, and I'm going to do it too. I just need to find myself some paper. What have you learned? What have you learned Maybe it's things that you've learned about yourself. Maybe it's actual education. No, don't overcomplicate the questions. But what have you learned? Really spend as much time as you can unpacking it, you know. I think it's great for us not to rush these questions. You're going to get so much gold out of this, I promise. All right, we'll give another minute. And I would love for you to, if you feel like it, to share in the chat box. What have you learned? Heaps. So
I'll
specific,
share if you
Karen.
like.
Thanks.
I learned heaps too, but I'll share a few. I'll share a few of the big ones for me in 2025. I learned a lot more about my focus and awareness, and that I am actually creating it all through my own belief system.
Mm,
And I also learnt, about the definitions, the definitions that I place on the circumstances, the definitions that I place, particularly on my family that came to the surface a lot last year.
hmm
And I learned by putting those definition on others was keeping me in that releasing the definitions, and or the negative definitions, but then also the power of having a positive definition and a definition of me and my higher and my greatness,
Yeah.
the power that that actually holds. Like when I define myself as a divine sovereign leader,
Mm.
so the power of definitions. Um, and I became much more aware of the patterns that aren't serving me,
Mm.
and then through applying this work, how to alchemize that energy and rise up. Yes, and I learned a lot about uh, many more tech skills that helped me, with posting and things that I'm doing, in my space. And I learned a lot more self-compassion. Yeah,
Nice.
self-compassion. Anyway, there's more, but I'll let other people share.
Thanks, Joanne. That's so awesome.
Thank you.
I
Thank
love
you.
it. Love it, love it, love it, love it. And I'm loving everything in the chats as well, like indeed a lot. One of the things I've learned is I'm resilient. Endings make great beginnings. Absolutely. There can be more than one truth. Learned more from Joanne's response. Yeah, I love that. Shares are great. Life can change very unexpectedly. I can be happy whenever I like, as long as I stay true to myself and my choices. Yes, 100%. Don't have to give myself up for others. I'm powerful. I'm a creator. Keep focusing on the end game and allow everything else to drop away. Yeah, nervous system regulation is super important. I've learned after tremendous loss that I can keep going by changing my focus. 100%. I don't know if you can hear the scratching at the door, but I have this cat that decides that she needs to be part of it. So give me a second. Come on in. She's a reasonably new addition to our family. Yeah, no. She's like, I just put her out before, and she's like, actually, no, I want to be part of it all. She wants to hang out. She likely will come and jump on my knee and say hello shortly. Beautiful. Letting go of the past and focus on what you want to create. Yeah. Learned that there's so many of my patterns are beautiful, that I can trust my intuition. There we go. There's the tail. Beliefs that are holding me back. Beautiful. All right. So the next question. So you may choose to go ahead and just close your eyes again and bring your focus and your awareness into your heart. I always love to do this because it just kind of re-anchors me. So just close your eyes, perhaps put your hand on your heart or on your chest. Take a nice big deep breath in, breathing in and out. So you've connected into what it is that you have learned. Now ask yourself the question, what have I changed? What have I changed? It could be internally or externally. What have I changed? What do I do differently? And just sit with that and see what comes up for you. What have I changed? What do I do differently? From the beginning of 2025 to now, where am I at? What do I do differently? And then unpack that, see what you get. Just give another minute. And if I ever get stuck, I'll just go back and read that question again. What have I changed? Or two questions. What do I do differently? And for those of you that would like to share, anyone that would like to unmute, you're welcome to share as well, or type it in the chat box. I think, as was expressed before, when we do share, it sometimes ignites things in us. It's like, oh yeah, wow, actually me too. It didn't come up for me right then, but but that's true for me as well. And I'll share while you're all considering it as well. What I do differently is really just honoring me. Doing more for me has been a huge one for last year. I'm very much a people pleaser and putting other people first. However, it's really been a big journey for me to really honor me and doing more of what's true to my heart. I love that, Rhea, that become honest about your own needs. So important, hey? So easy to let that slip. Focus in direction of my energy. Notice when it's out in the ethers and bringing it back to focus quicker. Walking my authentic path as my authentic self. My biggest was cultivating I need my glasses on. Responsive and non-reactory mind despite the many challenges that could have derailed me. Yeah, I love that. Self-talk, allowing others their path more often, not trying to rescue or fix. That's so cool. Seeing them as powerful things, as powerful beings, more in my own truth. Nice. Daily lenses and choices, putting more out there, saying no more. Love that, Molly. New understanding of myself and my energy. So good, hey. And it's so cool because, unless we pause and ask these questions, right? We just carry on. We'll just carry on into a whole new year instead of pausing and being like, wow, look at this. Like, it's so cool, isn't it? What it is that you're already unpacking. And we've still got some, we've still got some things to unpack. So let's go ahead and close our eyes again. Is everyone okay with this pace? I don't want to be rushing it, hey. Is everyone okay with this pace though? You good? Yeah? Good. Good. I think it's important that we all move together in good flow. So coming together, closing your eyes. Let's take a nice big deep breath, breathing in and out. That's it. Just staying anchored in your genius, anchored in your heart. Just ask yourself the question, what did I create in 2025? What did I create? It can be so easy to forget all the cool things that you've created. Like, how is your desired reality closer to current reality? Sorry. How's your current reality closer to your desired reality? What did you create? What did you create in 2025? Now, I want to open this question up even more. So it might be that you created something tangible. Maybe you created more joy, but also maybe you created things that actually don't serve you as well. So keep this question super open. Like, just be honest with yourself. What did you create in 2025? Maybe unnecessary pain. Could be lots of things in there. What did you create? Just unpack that and see what it is that you get. But please don't just go finding all the things that you created that don't serve you, because there's so many cool things that you can celebrate. And I would be leaning more to that. Because I tell you something, I sometimes take it for granted what it is that I do. And it's not until I'm talking to someone, they're like, oh, what do you do? And then they're asking more questions. And I'm like, oh, yeah, well, I do coaching and I hold retreats and I've got this program and that program and so on. And then in my mind, I'm like, oh, wow, that's me. I do that. So it might be the same for you. It's like, oh, I totally, taken those things for granted, or I totally forgot. Actually, yeah, I wrote that book. I did that thing. So let's see what it is that we get, hey? Just giving yourself another minute. Some good stuff, hey. Like it's so good to pause and unpack, to bring into completion. Cool. And yeah, if you finish, totally put some things in the chat box. Okay, great momentum with your daughter. Nice, Rhea. Visiting new places. Gal, I know that you love to travel. So good. Oh, new love relationship. That's awesome. A new home, published your first book. Many great things. Change your priorities. Awesome. 3-week camping trip with your husband, podcast, a book in progress, Facebook group, teamed with your husband for his election. So good. So good. And I know that you all have created amazing things, because here's the truth. Sometimes it's easy to compare, isn't it? Be like, oh, they've just written these things in the chat box. I haven't got those things written down. But all the parts of things that we've created, even if it's something internal, it doesn't always have to be, the big grand things, because anything that we're creating is going to enhance our our life, isn't it? That is, of course, of the things that we could. Did anyone sort of come up with things that you noticed that you created in 2025 that don't serve you? Did anyone notice anything come up for them? Not that you have to, but maybe you did. I did. I certainly did. Created clarity of what you truly want, trips with your children, lots of wasted energy, clear and concise communication with spouse and other family members. Nice. New program for biz. Love it. Clarity on direction, deeper relationship with your daughter. How good. How good. Super good. I hope, Karen, you found some good things that you've created, because I know that you've created lots of amazing things as well. Created a little drama that you didn't need. Who's surprised? Did any of you? Lots of good stuff. Yeah, I know you. I know you did, Karen. I know you did. Who surprised himself in a way of oh my God, actually, wow, I kind of thought that I blinked and the year just went. But when I actually look at it, look at these things that I've created. How freaking cool is that? Created a long time away from your kids. Hopefully that's just a short term, might feel like a long time away, but a short term thing for you, Michelle. All right. So the next question, let's go ahead, close our eyes. Take a nice big deep breath, breathing in and out. Coming back into your heart, back into the present moment. And just ask yourself, what am I over? What am I over? What do I not want to invest my energy into anymore? What don't I need anymore? What am I tired of? What doesn't serve me anymore? I'm just going to copy and paste. Let me just grab. And I'll put, just in case you kind of wanted all of those questions. Oh, is it going to let me? Yep. Oh, no, that wasn't it. One moment, please. Oh, what happened there? Copy. There we go. What am I over? You don't have to answer all these questions individually, but it's just to kind of help to prompt you to think about the things that you're choosing to leave in 2025 and not bring into 2026. Thanks, Michelle. She obviously noticed I was chatting away to myself because I was on mute. Oh, I love it. I love it. This is a really important question to ask yourself because we can shine the light on it. Right, so we're shining the light on it. What is it that you're over? What doesn't serve you anymore? We shine the light on it so we can acknowledge it. It's like, yeah, I'm leaving that. I'm leaving that in 2025. I'm not bringing that with me for 2026. So allow yourself just to really unpack as much as you possibly can. Really shine the light on all of that, what you're over, what you're choosing to not invest your time and energy and focus in anymore, what you don't need anymore, what are you tired of, what doesn't serve you. And I'll give you an example. I'll share as you're unpacking some things that I've written is I'm overplaying small. I'm overplaying small because I believe that I have been, and a lot of people will probably look at my life and think, yeah, I ain't playing small, but I am, and I know that I am. Putting energy into what I have no control over and no longer serves me. I'm over people pleasing. And so share with me, still might be writing some things down, but share with me for you, what is it that you're over? And you're welcome to unmute. I'm happy to no, I'm not talking about anyone particular on this call at all. But I think it's very much in a humanness, isn't it? That we can relate and resonate because we have a lot of similarities in things that we tend to allow that don't serve us. So fill me in for any of you. What is it that you're over? What are you done with? What are you leaving in 2025 that you're really choosing to leave? Not just in words, because we know, don't we, that words are nothing. It's our action, it's our behavior, it's who we be. Having too much stuff around you. Nice. Nice. And I mean nice as in I love that you have, you've seen that for yourself, that is something that you can acknowledge, that procrastination, distractions, opinions of others that don't serve me, hiding. Who else would like to share? What are you leaving behind in 2025? I'm still actually getting my head around saying that 2025 was like last year. Like, what the actual? We blinked. Investing my time and energy into relationships that don't serve me, putting energy into what I don't want. That's such a good, that's such a great one. Playing small, not shining my light, not being powerful, not showing up for myself, not being myself, playing small, avoiding and procrastination. Yeah. Love it. Love it, love it. Is there anyone, I just hit the mute and then I thought, oh, maybe someone actually unmuted because you were going to say something. So if you were, apologies. Please do just unmute and I can pin you in. Pin you. Not allowing myself to receive. It's so fascinating, isn't it? I don't know. Yeah, that is a goodie. And I can resonate with that because I am such a giver. I am such a giver. Anything I can do to help people to be of service, I am such a giver. And I have really been working on actually over 2025 is the same thing, is to to receive and just to request, like just ask for help, ask for the things that I need without even worrying about whether someone says yes or no, or, leaving my ego behind. It's just like, yeah, let me receive. That's beautiful. Over being in solitude. Nice. Okay. Taking things personal. Taking blame for what's not mine. Nice. Not tiring someone with the same brush. I don't even know who you are. It tells me that you're Samsung, so you're obviously on your Samsung phone. Let me know who that is, by the way, so I know everyone who's on the call. Otherwise, I'll just have to call you Samsung. I'll just call you Sam. Or maybe it is you, Sam. I know Sam was going to jump on. Yeah, allow options of opinions, I'm thinking. Is it? Not onions, not options. Is it opinions? Don't we just love predictive text? It's good though, because it brings a bit of fun into these calls, right? All right, so I'd love for you to go ahead and close your eyes. We've got 2 more questions. And so close your eyes. Perhaps put your hand on your heart. Take a nice big deep breath, breathing in and out. Nice. Present. Bring yourself to being present. Connecting into your genius circle. Ask yourself the question, what am I going to create next? What's your focus, your North Star for 2026? It might be tangible things, it might be a way of being, it might be a particular focus or energy, but just be open. What are you going to create next? And for some of the answers that you get, you might find you can make them a little bit more clear, right? So if it's like, what am I going to create next? And you're like, take my business to the next level. What does that even mean for you? Create your next book and online group sessions in Dutch and in English. That's cool. Love that, Rhea. So keep on unpacking what it is that you're going to create next. What's your focus, your North Star for 2026? Maybe it's more joy and happiness. So what is it that we want to bring into? So Deborah says, like, more focus, stop procrastinating. So if you were to leave this, stop doing this, because stop means I'm looking at the thing that I don't want to exist and I'm allowing it to be there and I'm saying, I want to stop that. And it's like pushing a swing. You're giving it focus and attention, you're allowing it to exist. And as you're doing that, it's like, I don't want that. And it swings back. So it's like, well, maybe that's not what I do, but what is it that I want? If I'm not stopping anything, but I'm just creating something, what is that? Is it joy? Is it happiness? Am I creating satisfaction? Am I taking my business to the next level? Am I creating systems within my business? Alignment to what, Deborah? Alignment to what? And I love that word. I love that word, alignment. Maybe we're choosing to create more visibility. And what does that look like? What does that mean? Is that on social media? Is it being more visible in relationships and communications? The more clear we are, the more clear our consciousness is. And that's important. So I'd love some shares. And I love that. Thank you so much for sharing that, Deborah, because it helps others to see how they can make things more clear for themselves as well. Something that I've really worked on with myself as well is when I'm articulating things, when I'm writing things down, I'm making it as clear as possible, because I think if the way I see it, if someone can pick it up and look at what I've written and there's no question left for them, that means I'm giving a really strong conditioning to my consciousness. And then it helps me too to navigate, like, okay, well, what is that? What does that mean? Because then I can put that energy into what it is that I want. Cool. And when you're projecting yourself in your higher power and learning, what is it that you're creating? Like, if you were to put it into a tangible sense, what would that be? Publish your book, speaking gigs, workshops, membership groups with 20 to 50 people in it, creating a community that supports each other, devotion to self, more peace and calm, focus on my body, strength and flexibility, connect with my body more through my breath, trust myself and my intuition. Love it. That's so good. Awesome. Connecting to source. For what purpose? For what purpose? Connecting to source for what purpose? What's the end result that you want to create by connecting to source? All right, beautiful souls, we've got one last question. One last question. And the question is, and I'm going to tell you, after you close your eyes. Go ahead and close your eyes. Take a nice big deep breath, breathing in and out. Placing your hand on your heart if that feels good for you. As you drop into your heart, staying connected into your genius circle. Just ask yourself the questions: what insights, knowledge, and wisdom will I bring to my next creation or creations? What insights, knowledge, and wisdom will I bring to my next creations? Or it might even be that you answer it in the, ask it in the sense: what insights, knowledge, and wisdom will I bring to 2026? To my creations in 2026. See what it is that you get. Nice. The trust that I have in myself and my abilities and the clarity of my path, that I have it already. Create purpose to help promote peace and direction. YouTube, TikTok, and Facebook. Nice. What insights, knowledge, and wisdom are you going to bring to your next creations? What happens in the gut affects brain health. Nice. You've got so much knowledge, Kathy. So good to have you on, by the way. How insightful have you found it to unpack these questions? What do you see now that you didn't see before? What can you acknowledge now that you weren't acknowledging before? Perhaps you've gone from maybe not even realizing it, but giving your power away or being a little bit powerless to now feeling powerful. Because it's like it's completed, it's done. That's done. It's over. We know that the past is over. But when we actually put it into completion, then we harness this energy and then we direct it into our future. We direct it to our vision. We direct it to what truly sits in our heart that brings us joy and happiness, satisfaction, fulfillment. To elevate to our highest potential. Take it slowly and enjoy the experience. I love that, Karen. That's so awesome. Powerful creator. Fear is just an emotion. Choose to be happy. Nice. Yeah. I love that, Karen, that it has been a great year. Because here's the thing, I know that I've experienced this as well. I have to do this. I haven't done that. It can be very easy. We're so conditioned of the things that are going wrong, the things that aren't working out for us, how we're not where we had hoped to be in, different aspects and parts of our lives. Such a condition, we've been so conditioned for that, as opposed to pausing and looking at all the incredible things that have been created, looking at the truth of who we are, looking at what it is that we're over, and we're like, yeah, I'm done. I'm done with that. I don't, I'm a powerful creator. I don't need to be showing up in that way. I don't need to be that person. I don't need to identify with those parts of me that took power in different times of my year and in my life. I don't need to anymore. Simply, I get to be true to myself and choose. Yeah, this is what I want to do. Like I want to unlock people's stuckness and serve them and support them. I want to be taking my business to the next level. I want to be writing my book. Yeah. Despite all the gnashing of teeth, avoidance, and procrastination, my life has still moved forward and I'm closer to what I want. Yes, I friggin' love it. Just realized it was a year of repositioning, moving me to where I am ready to receive my creations in full. Nice. Yes. Elizabeth says, me too. Realize how much anxiety you're still holding on to has helped me get out of my head onto paper. Love it. It's good, isn't it, when we can get out of our head and back into our heart. Working with my body and breath helps. Whoops. Working with my body and breath helps to contain me and align my true nature solidly anchored. Yeah, beautiful. Beautiful. So here's something that I experience a lot with the coaching, with people that I'm working with, the coaching and in the programs. Oh, Karen's cat's come to say hello as well. I love that. Is it can be so easy, can't it, to dedicate time. Like, it's so cool to see you all show up today. You dedicated your time. You took time out of your day, your evening, to be here and enjoy this experience together, to feel the power in it, to feel the enlightenment, to feel like you've got the power back inside of you. And you've written some clear things in there and you're like, yeah, this is what I'm going for, this is what I'm over. And what I want for you all is to stay in it. To stay in it. Like I said at the beginning, many people, beginning of the year, big dreams, big high hopes, big intentions, and they let it fade. So please keep this in front of mind, what you've written down, what you've said you're over, because your behavior is the highest form of communication. We can have all the knowledge in the world about being a creator. We can feel inspired by scrolling through Facebook and seeing what other people write, and we can jump on these great masterclasses and feel the inspiration, but it's who we be. It's the identity that you show up in. It's who you be. It's the action that you take. Because everything we do is action. If we're procrastinating, it's action. So know yourself and be true to yourself. Am I showing up in my highest way of being? Am I showing up in a way that is connected into my greatness and genius? Or am I connected to my ego, still trying to create? Because if your years are just flying by, the months, the years, and you're like, you know what? I've had this dream. I've had this thing in my heart. I really desire my life to be different from what it is. Not better, different. I really desire my life to be different. If I could just snap my fingers and be in that end result, I would love to be there. Something's got to change. You don't need to change who you are because you're an incredible human being. You have everything already inside of you. None of us are any better, more powerful than anyone else. We all have the same opportunities. It's what we choose and who we choose to be, who we choose to show up as, who we identify. Are you going to continue to identify in a powerless way, or are you going to choose to identify being, complete, whole, powerful, being in your genius, being in your greatness, and truly going for it, like truly being committed in who you be, not who you say you are. Somebody said to me the other day, it wasn't related to this, but I feel like it's so, like people don't tell you who they are, they show you who they are. You can't tell me what your identity is. You show me what your identity is. You show me what parts of you you're living by and you're living through. So keep that in mind for this year. As you have your clear North Star, and please do have a clear North Star of where you want to be by the end of this year, have that as your guidance, because we know, well, I would assume that most people on this call, I think everybody, know if we have a current reality and desired reality. The only way to create is to have tension, and we can't have tension if we don't have a current reality and desired reality. Right? Current reality, desired reality. You must know what your desired reality is. You must have your North Star. And when you focus only on your North Star and taking that obvious action that is disconnected from all the ways that you feel incomplete about yourself, that's where you're going to create magic. So if you're choosing for 2026 to be magical, to be elevated, to be powerful, and to take you to your next level. I don't really love the word next level because I think that there is no next level. Like, we get to choose to live at our level, at our true level. But if that's what you're choosing, have your clear vision, hold that vision, be the version of you that is in the end result, be that version of you now that is not waiting to find courage, that is not waiting to feel more confident, that is not waiting to fear less about things before taking the action. Like, just show up. Show up for you. Show up for your choices. Because there is a whole life that you haven't experienced yet that is waiting for you. And there are so many parts of you inside that are begging to come out. Let me out. Let me play. Let me be the fullest expression of myself. Let me be fun. Stop being so serious. Like, let us have fun. So I'm choosing that. I'm choosing that for you all. I'm choosing that for you all. And, you know, on this call, there is no sales pitch. I didn't bring anyone here to be like, oh, you know, because we know that, right? We know that a lot of these free webinars, it's like, oh, bring the people in and then I'll sell them into something. That's not what I'm about. You know, if you want to hear more about the things that I offer, and you can contact me. You can contact me, but from my heart to yours, I just want to see you succeed. I want to see you live the life that brings you so much happiness and joy. And I know that this is my purpose. My purpose is to be that for others, to help support and guide. And when you get to the end of this year, I want you to like legit say, this freaking was the best year yet. I crushed it. I owned it. I held my power and I friggin' went for it. And I wasn't worried about what I was going to lose. I was just so focused on what I got to gain. And I'm sure that I will do another one of these at the end of the year or the beginning of the year after. It doesn't matter when you do it, by the way. It doesn't matter when you do it. You don't have to do it exactly at the end of the year. You can do it at the beginning of the year. But I want to be, you know, I hope that you're all on that call with me and that we're celebrating and you're like, fuck, yes, I did it. I did the thing. I wrote the book. I created my coaching business. I went out and I was super visible on social media. I decided that I was, you know, changing my life in a different way and traveling more, whatever it is for you. I'm here to serve and support you in any way that I can. So I love you all. Thank you so much for joining me. Again, you might be here with me live right now. And I know for some of you couldn't make it, so I'm going to do my best to get a replay out. So you might be watching a replay. So it's so cool to have you here. Either way, let's all choose. Let's be extremely intentional. I don't know if you've seen, hopefully all of you are probably on my email list. If you're not, that's totally fine. Let me know if you'd like to be. But I did send an email out about how my 2 words for this year is about being intentional. Be intentional. And for me, what that means for me is be intentional with my focus, be intentional about honoring and loving myself, being intentional with living my true nature and purpose, being intentional with who I am and who I'm being. So set a clear intention for you. But those are the 2 words that I'm carrying with me each and every day. And I know that it's going to serve and support me for great things for this year. Loving all the love in the chats, by the way. You are all freaking awesome. Honestly, you are. Yeah, have a great year. Love you all so much. And you know, I'm only a message away. If there's anything that I can serve and support you with, just send me a message or email me. You know, I'm here for it. I'm here for it as much as I can help, serve, and support. I want to see you win. So let's create an extraordinary 2026. Mwah. Love you. See you when I see you next. Bye.
Bye. Thanks, Roche.
Welcome. Bye. So good.